The long road to Albuquerque begins tonight in 4 cities: Greensboro, Tampa, Houston, and the one we're concerned about, Boise, Idaho. The first round of the NCAA West Regional pits Washington State against Weber State. We looked at the guards on Tuesday. Let's take a look at the Wildcat front line now. That's where their strength is. Leading scorer is number 25 in white, Randy Wooster, 6'7" sophomore, averages 12.7 per game. Fine shooter from the outside, also from underneath there. The other forward is number 35, Royal Edwards, scores 6.6 average per game. He also leads the team in rebounding. The big man inside could give Wazoo some trouble. Tom Haywood, 6'10" senior, has this strange little jump hook that you saw there. It's nearly impossible to block. Haywood is third on the team in scoring with a 10.2 average. The Wildcats finished their season with a 23-7 record. Were co-champions in the Big Sky, won the postseason tourney. They tip off in about 5 minutes, so it ought to be a good one. The Cougars and Weber State are really a lot alike. The winner plays Virginia on Saturday. We hope to have highlights for you tonight at 11. In NIT play, Ralph Miller and Don Monson went at it again last night in Corvalis. Oregon State and Idaho met for the second time this season. First time was in the Far West Classic, which the Vandals won in double overtime. Revenge for Ralph last night. Idaho led 35-32 at the half. Brian Kellerman led the Vandals with 21 points. OSU center Charlie Sitton came alive in the second half, scored 19 points after intermission, and matched Kellerman's 21 for the game. Freshman Steve Woodside, big double-0, scored 18 off the bench. We're going to hear a lot from him in the next 3 years, I'm sure. Oregon State pulled away, led by as many as 20 points. Beavers beat the Vandals 77-59 the final. The rivalry continues between those two coaches. It's going to get real hot if Monson goes to Oregon, which is a possibility. In the pros, the on-again, off-again Sonics seem to be back on again. The Supes won their 4th straight last night over Kansas City. In the Spectrum, the crippled Sixers continue to survive without Julius Erving and Maurice Cheeks. Just give the ball to Mo Malone there on the break. Danny Ainge says, come on, they never sent guys like that at me in Toronto. You always get a good night from Larry Bird. 30 points for the Celtics superstar, but not to be outdone. Nice move there. Little Sixer guard Andrew Toney, always a thorn in the Celtics sneakers, scored a game-high 33. No respect for the wearers of the green on St. Patrick's Eve. Philly wins by 5. Sixers are now 55-9 to hit that magic number of 70 wins, which no team has ever done. They must win 15 of their final 18 games. Lakers, you'll remember, won 69 back in 71-72. Finally, some good news for local horse racing fans. Yakima Meadows plans to open this weekend. They took entries out there this morning. Plan to have horses working out on the track tomorrow. Good to see some equipment, some life out there finally. They spent all afternoon there with heavy equipment turning around the dirt. In all, the track lost 11 days of its spring schedule at a cost of around $3 million. All this rain we've been having, of course, turned the track to mud. They finally got it in shape. Racing begins Saturday afternoon. General Manager Paul George told me that they will definitely petition the Racing Commission for makeup dates. We should know late next week if the petition is okayed. If there was ever a team the Mariners would like to see leave the American League West, it'd have to be the California Angels. Last year, the M's were a miserable 3-10 against the division champs. Now, although they've made some changes this year, Gene Autry's gang figures to have the same results.
The Angels have undergone a major facelift. This is Bill Dunny in Phoenix for NBC News.
And tomorrow night, the team that beat the Angels in the American League playoffs last year, the Milwaukee Brewers. We'll take a look at them. Plus, talk to Mariners owner George Argyris about the M's in '83. The Mariners split squad lost today to the Cubs 8-7. The other half of the team plays Oakland tonight.
You going to be out at the racetrack on Saturday, Ron?
I'd like to be out there. That'll be a fun place to go. There are going to be a lot of people out there, I'm sure, so plan for a large crowd. These people are hungry for racing after 11 days of not having it.
And we have sunshine coming. We have a final look at the news coming up for you right after this.